Do you find it's hard to show up after not showing up for a while, and you are called to something, but you don't know what it is you're called to bring forward, or you do, but you don't know how to sum it up in the 3D, 5D constructs, because we're jumping between them, and with that, there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of flying through trust. And I trust that I'm here showing up with a reason. I'm getting over trying to justify and explain myself to those I'm presenting my message to. And I remind you the same, that we don't need to justify ourselves or explain ourselves. If you feel something and you feel it's true, it is. And so I am here. I am here to pull some cards, and I trust that whoever shows up to see it needs to hear the message. So the first card to come out is the Field of Dreams. This card is about tending to and planting our dreams, and you can see all these little fairies and all the little eggs. There's fertility and birth and the magic as well that comes with it. These fairies are also in rest. They are in play with music. They are in contemplation, and they are living their best life in the Field of Dreams. And although sometimes it might feel like there's a lot going on, and we need to be doing, and we need to be going, and we need to be keeping up with this lifestyle that is completely unsynced with the natural rhythms. I remind you to make time to tap into your Field of Dreams and what is that place and space. And within that, within all of it, there's a lot coming together on our soul path as energies working together. There's been a lot of dialogue or thoughts from me about collaboration and what that looks like on a business sense. But then also that like unionship, which we know deep down is what we need as souls, to be in harmony, working in balance with another. And I feel like there's a lot that's been going on a soul level of coming into our power. And I was having the dialogue with a friend today about how we have to heal separately before we come into union, because these unionships we're coming into can't be based on looking to that person to be fixing or helping or bringing us to the next level. We need to be on that level to mirror someone on that level to come together. And as we come into our strength and build our sovereign path, we're able to start attracting in. And is that coming together on a romantic sense? Possibly. Is it coming together on a business co-collaboration? Like, it's going to be different for everybody, but with the self-work that we do on ourselves, tending to our Field of Dreams, that opens up this opportunity to come together. And that can be as simple as coming together with yourself and your soul, and coming back into unification with that story that you're meant to live out, as you let go of the stories that you might have been holding on to that didn't serve you, that were passed down from the ancestors and the parents and all of that, the peers, the growing up, all the stories. But as we move through the stories, sorry, there is a lot of bugs out here, we put on our wings and we fly. And this little unicorn horse is flying over this labyrinth. Like, the hedge is really high. It's hard to see over. If you were down in that maze, you would not be able to have the same perspective and viewpoint. But as we ascend and come into our power and heal through all this junk, we're able to see from above the maze. Like, we can see the matrix that we were once stuck in, and we're able to fly with flying colors. And there's a little hummingbird in this too, which is that symbol for joy. Joy is very important, to let go of the fear and the old negative and the heavy patterns and come back into, oh, look, I'm wearing my little unicorn earrings tonight. He wasn't wearing them all day. I put them on to come to the beach because I put on my hoodie and I was like, well, what earrings match? Because we're bringing in the unicorn energy. I might have just not finished a thought, but that's how I roll sometimes. So I'm losing light, I'm getting bugs, and I'm also wanting to keep this a little bit shorter just so it can be, I don't know, so it can be okay. They are just jumping out. Stuck in the mud. This is a friend of mine, and I say that because I've felt this way a lot. And when I got this deck of cards a long time ago, this card came out all the time, and it was like, I'm stuck in the mud. I'm stuck in the mud. And with being stuck in the mud, it gives you opportunity to get to know yourself, get to know what it is that you want, to slow down and recuperate. And really, when you're in the mud, it might not seem that cool. It's like, this is a big, dirty, muddy pit. It probably smells funky, but do you know how nourishing mud baths are? There's something about being in the mud that's rejuvenating, and it's bringing these natural, mud. What is mud? To your cleaning, because when you get out of the mud, you're going to clean it off and you're going to feel really fresh, and it might crack and feel crumbly, but underneath there is smooth, pure minerals. That was the word I was going for, the minerals in the mud. There's a lot of that. So you may feel like you're stuck in the mud, and I want to say too, this elephant has a little bird on his back. What does that mean? It means that when we're stuck in the mud and we feel like we're not moving, we might be showing up for somebody else in a different way. Even if that someone else we're showing up for is our inner child, that little being that we needed to get to know. Or maybe when we're in our down and out, there's someone else who's resonating on that level that we can show up for, that we wouldn't show up for if we were like elevated and flying like a freaking unicorn, right? There's always a lining, and there's always purpose to where we're at if we can look at it in a different light. Speaking of light, it is being lost here, but that's okay. I'm going to pull a few more cards and follow the leader. So this card is symbolic of showing up in your power and taking the lead, but also being open to being led. If we tap into this co-collaboration, coming together with others, if we're all coming together and we're all being the leader, we end up in this chaos, which we're kind of in now. There's like the leaders and the followers. So as we show up as leaders, we can also show up as followers. We can learn, we can teach. Like when we teach, we learn the greatest lessons. So when we lead, and when we follow, it's, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of thoughts in there that want to come out, but I'm also wanting to keep it short because the skeeters and the light and the time. Speaking of light, moonlight is upon us. It's funny, I've been doing some little Instagram pulls, which has inspired me to come back on my YouTube page, and all these cards have pulled out in these like little couple minute reels. So moonlight is, the shadow stuff is still gonna be coming up, and honor it, honor those inward times, honor the sleep. Last night, something was going on with the energy, and I slept a long time. It was so hard to get up. It was like an energy hangover, and we need to honor those moments in our life. We need to honor the dark as it comes in, honor the cycles and the seasons, and with day and energy, especially right now with the summer, we have a lot of light, so we're up later, the days are longer. It's good to tune in and allow your body to sleep if it's calling. So listen to your inner self. And oh, my face has been really itchy too lately. It's like tired energy. And so with that, I'm going to call this a wrap, and thank you for showing up to my myself. And welcome back to myself. And let that reflect out to you on your journey. And thank you for tuning in and making it this far with much love from my heart to yours.